Right, the recording has started, so we will start. You can either sit, however you're comfy, cross-legged, wing-legged, kneel. I'm just going to kneel because it's easier for me to demonstrate. And I thought we'd start by loosening off the shoulders in a different way. I've learnt a little new method from the Franklin Institute, which is all about mind and body connection, and a lot of sort of shiatsu and self-massage stuff. So before we start, I want us to notice how our shoulders are feeling and simply just raise the arms and see where they get to naturally without lifting. Mine sort of come here and then I can feel it really a little bit impinged on the shoulder. So we're going to see if we can make a difference. And just by rubbing our hands, this is the sort of feeling we want to get. We want to have the muscles and the tissues and the tendons having that sort of differential movement. They slide over the bones and each other. So we use that imagery throughout this next exercise. Just bend the elbow and keep it in front of you and put your hand on your deltoid. So that's the nice shoulder pad area where those muscles are. And simply just open and close the arm. So it can waft nice and gently. There's no straining, no real exercise to this. It's imagining the arm is like the snooker cue in a bit of chalk. Elaine, if you bring your holding hand down ever so slightly, so your thumbs on your shoulder blade, and yes, you're holding a sort of meaty element. And then as you start to move the arm, as the arm goes out, you draw the muscle in, and as you bring the arm in, you push the muscle out ever so slightly. So you've got to start to feel some movement through the muscle. And so you're just gently sliding it over the bone. So pulling it and just pushing it away ever so slightly. Then moving the hand down to your bicep area, doing exactly the same thing. So find some bicep, hopefully, and just turn it around and draw it in as the arm goes out. So push it away as the arm comes in, draw it in as the arm goes out. So literally, we're just loosening off the muscles, doing a bit of self-massage. Then let the arm hang. And already you might feel it feels slightly different and looser. Then putting your hand back on your more of the deltoid bit at the shoulder joint. As we raise the arm, just pull that muscle ever so gently towards the neck and then brush it away as the arm comes down. So draw it up as the arm lifts and draw it down. And just do one more set in and away. And again, let the arms hang, and you should feel a difference between the shoulder you've just worked and the one you haven't. And lift that arm that you've worked up. And I can get my hand and arm a lot closer to my head without feeling impinged. So it's doing something, which is good. So let's do that on the other side. Bend the elbow. Grab the deltoid at that shoulder joint. And for the first few, just move the arm in the snooker cue, so without doing anything to the muscle. And then gradually draw the muscle into the body as the arm opens and brush it away as it closes. And you probably know that the shoulder joint is the most mobile joint in the body, and it's the most prone to injury because it has such a big range of motion. The ball and socket, the ball bit, is a lot bigger than the socket joint because of the motion it needs to do in day-to-day life. And then move the hand down to your bicep and do the same thing. So as the arm goes out, you're drawing the bicep round into the body and pressing it away. So we really do want to strengthen our bodies to help keep the shoulder safe. And a lot of arm issues and shoulder issues come when all of this neck is tense, then let the arm hang, feel the difference again, and then put the hand on the upper shoulder, back round the deltoid, and as the arm lifts up, just pull that muscle in towards you and brush it away as the arm lowers. And it's quite nice to do this before you do anything physical, really, as well. If you know you're going to be doing a lot of lifting or anything specifically using arms and shoulders, which we do obviously a lot in day-to-day life. One more, just a means of warming up, making sure you're not twinging. And again, allow the shoulders to hang, keeping the shoulders down, lift the arm up. And again, my left side, big difference to where I can get it without feeling constrained. Oh, wonderful. So I hope you felt that difference too. We will continue with some shoulder stuff. So stay where you are if you're comfortable, or just change position. Arms out in front, and you want to think again about the scapula at the back of the shoulders. So start by kissing them together ever so slightly and think of the very low part of the base there, and then slide them around. So we're protracting forward and retracting back. And we're taking our intention to the base of those shoulder blades so we don't lift them up as we come forward and back. They're staying very much away from the ears, just sliding around the body. That's it. That's good, Elaine, good. That's a big difference. Down to the rear. Keep the shoulders down, think base of the scapula. And one more. And then we'll get some flexion into our bodies as well, doing some arm and shoulder work. So back to where we started with our massage, elbows stay in front of the ribs ever so slightly. And we are going to breathe in, keeping the elbows close to the body, take the arms out to the side. Breathe out, lift the elbows in line with the wrists. Breathe in, take the elbows behind, and have a really good stretch back, and then give yourselves a hug as you breathe out again. So a little bit of a Titanic Kate Winslet. So breathing in to open, keeping the elbows close, rotating in the shoulders. Lift the elbows as you breathe out. Breathe in, stretch the arms behind, lift the heart, little back bend, and then give yourself a hug. And again. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, nice back extension, oh, beautiful, and a hug. And one more. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, huge breath, and then breathe out, exhale all the air. Lovely. And we'll build on that flexion and extension like we did last week. So sitting on your sit bones, if you need to get rid of some bottom, please do. And we will just bend forward. Imagine we're hugging a lovely beach ball. We can think of Jackie sitting in the sunshine, then open the arms to the side, lifting the heart. And forward and open and forward and open. This time forward. And as we open it, you can either hold the back of your thighs or just open. Send the tailbone away, just roll back a little bit. So you're getting some movement in the lower back, ready to curl forward again. So taking your focus to the lumbar spine, to your coccyx area, and just slide it away from you as you lean back and open your arms. That's it. Just a couple more. So Lifting the heart first and sending the tailbone away, ready to curl forward again. That's it. Lovely, loose and flowing. This time curling forward, sitting up nice and tall, holding onto the backs of your thighs, and then thinking about sending that tailbone away gradually, 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 curling back down to the mat, making sure you've got some space behind you. And come into your lovely semi-supine position to continue warming up the back with our pelvic tilts. And as always, feel the shoulders nice and wide, the base of the pelvis, the lower ribs, engage your abdominals, ready to breathe out, sending the pubic bone towards you ever so slightly, as if you want to hover or slide a piece of paper under your bottom just that far and place it down. And make sure you've got some nice length through the back of your neck. So always feel free to adjust that. Breathing out, tummy button to spine to start curling the pubic bone towards you. Breathing in to place it down. Use your breath, gradually, gradually working up the spine, keeping the knees pointing to the ceiling. Feel your feet nice and placed onto the mat, big toe, little toe and heel, shoulders wide and relaxed, nice and soft through the body. That's it, working up a little bit higher, coming up to shoulder blade level or bra strap level. Nice and slow, breathing out to curl up, breathe in to hold it up this time, and then breathe out, think softening through the chest, whole front of the body sliding through to the mat as you place yourself down, and bring the arms into it as well this time, breathing out, peeling off, keeping the scapula on the floor to start with, keeping that lovely C curve as you're holding up and breathing in, and as you breathe in, reach those arms to the ceiling, and breathing out, leave them there, soften through the chest, placing your body down piece by piece by piece. And either circle the arms around by your side or just bring them back down, ready to go again. Keeping the length in the neck, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed, peeling off. Breathe as you breathe out, breathing in. Reach your arms for the ceiling. And breathing out, leave them there as you soften and sink through the body, thinking the upper back going down first, then middle back, then lower back, unpeeling at the tailbone and circling your arms around by your side. Have two more of these. Breathing out, curling up. Unpeel lower back, middle back, upper back. Breath in, arms lift and reach for the ceiling. And breathing out, sinking through the body, so you get the upper back down first, then middle back, then lower back, and arms coming around by your sides. Final time, breathing out, curling the pubic bone, breathing in to hold, arms to the ceiling, reaching, 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 and leave them there as you breathe out, sinking through the body, placing yourself down, and leave the arms there this time because we're going straight onto arm and leg slides, but make sure the arms now feel really heavy in the shoulder joint and you can feel the base of the scapula on the mat, palms away, as in facing away from you, and then just sliding one arm and leg away, breathing out to draw it back. And again, noticing, keeping it nice and slow and stable, because you want to keep the non-working leg really still. You want to keep the body still. It's like when we do the dog, keeping all the work coming through those abdominal muscles, keeping control, getting the deep transversus muscles engaged and working, keeping softness through the shoulders and using your breath, breathing as deeply as you can. That's it. That's looking lovely and controlled. Maria, keep those ribs down. Remember, drawing everything into the body. One more on each side. And then from there, take your arms behind you, trying to keep the ribs down. And then you want to point your toes, arms come up overhead, toes come into the body until you have to hug your knees in. And then aim your hands to the ceiling, toes to the floor, and then gradually stretch away both arms and legs. And again, still trying to keep the ribs down as much as possible. And again, slide the toes towards you and the hands come overhead. And we're very much trying to keep the back nice and straight and stable, keeping control through the abdominals and working through the whole body with nice control. And having both legs drawing together. You might find one works a little bit faster than the other. I certainly do, so I have to concentrate really hard. So breathing in, allow the arms and legs to stretch away, but keeping those abs engaged. And breathing out, drawing everything into the body, using your abdominals to pull those legs in and the arms in. Lovely. That's it. So it's very subtle, but working both legs and both arms is quite tough on the body. So you really do need to keep those abs engaged, keep the breath going to help you, trying to keep relaxed. That's it. One more set. Hug those knees in. Stretch them away. And then one more, draw the toes in and the arms in. Lovely. From there, we'll bring our legs into tabletop. So actually, let's hug the knees in because I want to work on that imprint position that we did last week. And from there, really draw into the tummy button, send the feet and the knees slightly further away from you. So you're really having to work to hold yourself nice and stable. And we will toe tap. So if it gets too much, obviously, please bring the knees in closer to the body, but we want to really challenge ourselves. So the further you tap with a bent knee away from the body, using the abs to keep the ribs down, the lower back firmly placed onto the mat, the more work you're getting through those muscles, breath sinking into the body. That's it, nice and slow. That's it. Use your breath, a nice whole breath for one tap and bring it back. Whole breath for the other tap and bring it back. Otherwise, we are missing a trick of our control and strength work. Fabulous. One more set on each side. And then hug your knees in ever so slightly, just to release off. And we'll go back into that position. So reassert your imprint, reassert your abdominals. We'll do what we did last week, turning the toes out, the knees out, feet together, tap down on one side, breathing out to bring it up. So just getting different work through the hip joint. And the more we work, just think about relaxing the shoulders again, finding some length in the neck. Keeping the body safe and stable, keeping the back from arching away from the mat. So think being nailed through your abdominal muscles to the mat beyond. One more on the other side. And then we're going to do 3 taps down with one leg. 1, 2, 3. And then open that working leg to the side. And 3, and 2, and 1. And stretching out. And again, 3, and 2. Oh, interesting. I've now got cramp in my foot. And extend. And 3, and 2, and 1. That's it. And extend. Let's change it slightly. So draw the, extend the legs away. Pull that tummy button in. You can keep them quite high if you find you're arching. And then we'll do Peter Pan legs. So one leg out to the side, pointed foot, the other knee bends in, and then the legs together. So nice bit of coordination. Again, keep the shoulders as relaxed as possible. I have to concentrate. I can't talk and do it. Coming into straight legs in between each time. Keeping the tummy buttons nailed through the body to keep your back safe. That's it. One more on each side because it's quite hard working with both legs. And then hug your knees in for a little breather. And we've got one final set. So bend the knees again. Get your imprint first, tummy button to spine. Bend the knees. Shoulders wide on the mat, relax. And we'll do double toe taps. So only go as far as you can without arching the back. And again, you can bring the toes in closer to the body if you find there's too much strain going on, because it really makes me shake trying to do this. It's hard work. So nice and slowly, breathing in to tap down, breathing out to come back up. That's it. Make sure you're drawing that tummy button through the body. Drawing everything in. And 2 more. That's it. And then hug your knees in, have a little rock from side to side. Lovely. And feet back down, hip width apart. Hands behind your head, ready for our curl ups. So we'll be breathing out, keeping the tailbone down, keeping the ribs down, sliding them forwards, and breathing in to return. So remember, keep the shoulders and the elbows wide. Keep the chin nodded as you breathe out to curl up. And think about pressing your head into your hands to make sure you're not pulling on the neck. And it also helps actually if you think a little bit more pressure through the feet. Find the whole body works. Really use your breath, breathing out, curling up. That's it. Keeping, drawing the tummy button deep, deep into the body, making a little bowl through the middle, keeping the pelvis still. You don't want to have that pubic bone curling towards you. You want to keep it nice and flat. Breathing out to curl up, that's it. Wonderful. Good. Keep breathing, keep smiling. And on this one, final one, breathing out, stay up. Keep tummy button down, lift one leg, then lift the other leg. And then we'll do little toe taps as we curl, stay curled up. So a little bit faster than normal, and I'll count down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, head down, and hug your knees in. Have a little rock from side to side. Release any tension that you may have built up, may not have. And then lying back down. Options, we'll do our hip rolls. So you can either have feet together on the floor or again back in tabletop. And literally breathing in to take the knees to one side, keeping them in line with each other. If you want extra work, extend the leg. As you return, breathing out. Or if you're feeling very strong, you can work with straight legs, but you've got to keep the shoulders on the mat. And keeping those abdominals drawing through the body. Maria, slow it down a little bit. We need to remember our principles, that the slower the movement is, not only is it challenging it, just really make sure we don't cause ourselves any injuries. That's it, Elaine, good. Keeping the shoulders on the floor. Lovely, Jeanette. Keep breathing. Fabulous. One more on each side. And then if you need to, again, hug the knees in. Have a little rock from side to side. A moment to regather our thoughts. And then place the feet down on the mat. We'll work on our bridging again. Different variations this time. We will start standard. So think about breathing out, squeezing in with the hips into the body, lifting up low and long. So in a nice long line from ribs through to knees. And then at the crease of the leg joint, coming back down again. And it's also nice as you breathe out to come up, not only thinking the length as you're up there, think lengthening the body as you come back down as well. Breathing out, squeeze the bum, lifting up. And again, if you feel your big toe, little toe and heel, and some extra pressure through the feet, you'll feel that body working fully. So breathing out to lift. That's it, Maria. Lovely, nice long line. Good. And coming back down as you breathe in. Good. Breathing out to lift. That's it. Very nice. And down. This time breathing out, lifting up. If you're happy to, extend one leg to the ceiling and then 3 lowers to knee height. 2, 1. Leg comes back to the ceiling, crease to come down, then bend the knee to place it down, ready to breathe out, lift. Extend the leg to the ceiling and lower it again. Imagine someone's pulling it away. 2 and 1. Back to the ceiling. Place the bum down. Place the leg down, ready to go again. Breathing out to narrow and lift. Extend the leg to the ceiling and 3 lift and lowers it. Keeping the body nice and stable. Fabulous. Ending up back to the ceiling. Bum comes down. Foot comes down. Final time on the other side. Breathing out to lift. Extend. That's it. Really squeezing the bum on that standing leg. Finish with the leg to ceiling. Bum down. And come back down. This time, let's lift into our lovely bridge. Extend one leg as you're all looking very comfortable and strong. And then we're going to dip down for 10, keeping the leg long. 9, 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the leg. Ready to come up the other side. Breathing out, lifting up, squeeze squeezing the bum, extend the leg to the ceiling, and then lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, doing brilliantly, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Bum down, foot down. Wonderful. Hug the knees in if you want to. So next lot, we'll put some flexion together. Maria, I think this might be too much for you. So what I would like you to do, if you're not happy doing it, is do some rolling like a ball if you're comfortable doing that. If not, do your roll backs, focusing on keeping the abs drawing into the body. But Elaine and Jeanette, we're going to do our rollover. So make sure there's room behind you, coming to the front of your mat. We'll start with the preparation. So legs in the air, ankles crossed. Elaine, you look delighted. And just try to, that's it. Draw the tummy in, think pubic bone coming towards you like you're doing the pelvic tilts. And just lifting. So you can use some pressure into the mat. And I do find this so hard. I much prefer the real exercise. That's it. A couple more. That's it, Maria, good. And then relax. For the full rollover, we can take our legs away from us. Or if you want to keep them bent, take them to the ceiling. You can press into the hands into the mat, take them up to over your head, and you want to be able to move your neck. So you're only at shoulder blade level. You can, if you can, tap the floor behind you, or I can't this morning. Separate the legs. Think tummy button to spine. Use your arms. So slowly, slowly, slowly peel the back down onto the mat, extending the legs away. So if you're doing it with bent legs, just come up onto a shoulder stand and roll back down again. That's it, Jeanette. Separate the legs and then roll back down piece by piece by piece. Well done, Maria. That's it, Lane. Just keep trying. That's fine. Good. Wow, Maria, making good progress. Lovely, Jeanette. Try not to bounce, Elaine. Just do one breath out to try and lift and then breathe in to relax. Don't worry. Good. Jeanette, finish the one you're on. And then bend your knees and put your feet down. Maria, I think you'll be all right for these. So we've got some options. I'm going to do scissor legs, bit of helicopter legs, and then bicycle. So you can stay lying down and just have the legs slightly bent. If you want to, you can straighten them. It's just slight different awkward angles. So I'd suggest working with bent legs. If you want to come up into a shoulder stand to work in your inversion, you come up onto the shoulders and then you sort of send your tailbone away. So in a sort of a bridge long position and work with the legs to the ceiling. So however you want to do it is your choice. And then from there, scissor. So you separate the legs, 2 little pulses, trying to keep them as straight as possible and trying to keep them equidistant from each other. So I can get the leg close to my head or closer to my head than I can the other leg away from me. So I'm stopping at a point that I know I can control. So Elaine, you want to go forward and back. That's it. That's it, Maria. Good, Jeanette. Then we'll add on our helicopter. So we do scissor, scissor, and a little opening into a semicircle, and scissor, and scissor, and reverse that circle direction. That's it. So if you're lying down, you can keep your knees closer to your body to keep control. And circle. And then we can go into bicycle. So bending the knee, drawing it in towards the body and extending the other leg again, nice and slow. That's it. Lovely. Good, Elaine. Good, Maria. Lovely, Jeanette. And then reverse the direction. So flex the feet, pressing away. Oh, having to work really hard to control. That's it. Fabulous. Couple more. And then hug your knees in. If you're down on the mat, roll down nice and gently, Jeanette. Good. Brilliant. It's not something we do very often, but it's quite important and quite nice to work in different angles of dangle. So well done. Good. Right. Rolling over onto our side. Nice long arm. If you can, underneath. Think about that arm drawing down again. If you want a pad between the arm and the shoulder, please do. Make sure you're on your hip. It's not the most comfortable position always. And make sure you can see the feet out of the corner of the eye. Shoulders drawing down, underneath waist pulling up, and then breathing out, hovering, lifting and holding, and breathing in to place your body down. Breathing out to lift. And as always, if you get any tension in the neck, make sure you're looking at the mat. And return. Breathing out to lift. Underneath waist, engaged and drawing away from the mat. If you feel any pulling on your lower back, just angle your legs slightly further forward. That's it, good control, lovely. Very nice. So remember, breathing out to lift, and it's the underneath inner thigh doing some of that work for you. Good, keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed. We don't want to lose what we worked on at the beginning. And then from there, lifting the top leg to hip height, keeping it nice and long. Give the hip a little bit of push so you've got some length there. Keeping the head down, you can just squeeze the underneath leg up and lower. Lifting and lowering. So breathing out, squeezing up, real focus on the inner thigh. That's it. So keeping the top half down, holding that top leg up all the time if you can. That's it. Use your breath. So the reason we're holding the leg up is obviously to strengthen the outside of the hip of that top leg. And we're working on the inner thigh of the underneath leg. Getting a pattern of movement and strength. Still thinking underneath waist, drawing away from the mat. Shoulders down. One more. And then you can't see my feet. From there, turn your feet out so your heels are together, a bit of Charlie Chaplin, and we'll do our develope. So working the top leg, we're going to draw the foot up towards the knee, place the foot down, knee comes into the body, extend, and then again, squeeze the inner thigh as we flex the foot to come back to the start. So don't lose your strong position, drawing the foot up the leg, foot down, knee in, extend, flex, so getting some lovely stretch through the hamstrings, which would work quite a bit through bridging and all of the other exercises we've done. That's it, lovely and smooth. Oh. And as always, it very much depends how our joints are put together, the angles that we can get. So please don't ever compare yourself to anybody else. Just working through your body. One more. That's looking fantastic, everybody. Wonderful. Gorgeous. And coming to sitting. So I've got choices for you because we're going to do our side planks and adding in a little bit of pike and twist. So you can do it just sitting and staying on your forearm, lifting actually with knees together. So you can just think about drawing the underneath waist. And then when we get to it, you can just rotate in. If you want to do the full side plank, take the arm long underneath you, crossing the top leg over the underneath leg, squeezing the legs together, coming up onto that side plank. That's it, Jeanette. So again, keeping the shoulders down, but either way, whichever way you want to do, the focus is on that underneath waist, doing the heavy lifting and using it as a hoist and strengthening those side muscles. So again, squeezing the legs together. Oh, the camera angle is rubbish. Shift a bit. That's it. So let me watch. Breathing out, sitting up. That's it. And breathing in to come back down again. Good. So keeping the nice length here, thinking underneath, orange under armpit. That's it, Jeanette. Lovely. Good. And one more coming up. To add the twist in when you're up here on your knees, think about sending your bum behind you and up, and then rotating the ribs a bit before coming back down. All the time using your tummy button. So squeezing the legs together, squeezing the underneath waist, send the bum behind you and up, and rotating round and unpeeling. Jeanette, you were doing fabulously before, so we can go do the full side plank again. That's it. And then again, Jeanette, send your bum behind you up to pike up and aim that hand through to the mat by behind you. I can't talk. And coming back down again. Lovely, Maria. Good, Elaine. And if you find a strain on your wrist, Jeanette, think about more pressure through the fingers. So a little bit of angle that way. Good. One more if you're happy to. Otherwise, we will move on because that's quite tough. Good. Lovely. So before we do the other side, we will work on our fronts. So Maria, for this, if you're happy to kneel, kneel, otherwise stand, and you can do some chest expansion with us while we do the arrow where we lie forward. And then I'll give you the alternatives for the next lot. So Jeanette and Elaine, forwards, forwards into victory. Hover the nose over the mat. Legs slightly separated, shoulders falling forward. And then as we breathe in, we lift the shoulders off the mat. Think about the scapula kissing at the bottom end of it. to help lift further, extend the legs away, lifting the heart, extending and rotating the arms in the joints as thumbs come to the ceiling and then coming back down again. So breathing in, lift the shoulders, allow them to kiss, then slide them down your back to send your fingers toward your feet. Rotate the arms to turn the thumbs to the ceiling and breathing out, come back down to the mat. That's it. Wow. Don't have to come up so high, Jeanette. Think just about using the shoulder blades to make this movement happen so they stay close to your back. That's it. That's nice. And Maria, if you want to kneel up a little bit higher, do the same thing. So think about drawing the shoulders back so they kiss behind you, sending flat arms behind, keeping the ribs down, then lifting the heart ever so slightly and rotating the arms so thumbs go away behind you and then back again. That's nice, Elaine. Good. So finish the one you're on, everybody, because we can add in some different arms now. So hands behind your head, hovering the nose off the mat. Think about squeezing the bum to lift the heart and hover off. Arms extend in front of you, and we'll do some chicken wings. So Maria, your arms will go obviously straight up. And then we think squeezing the orange under the armpits, getting the scapula to kiss ever so slightly behind our back. And we're just lengthening up and down, working those back muscles. Keeping the chins nodded for those on the floor. That's it. So really getting some looseness through the shoulders. Wonderful. One more set. And then relax back onto the mat. If you need to sit back into a child pose to release any tension, please do. Maria, you can, we're going to do a few hamstring curls. So you can either stand up and just hold yourself against the wardrobe, or you can lie on your side and try hamstring curls that way, but then you have to swap over the other side. Stand up, I think, or stand and squat. So we'll do those ones. Trying to keep the knee in line with the standing leg. So Jeanette and Elaine, hands under your forehead, shoulders down. Think someone's pulling your feet away, and then gently bend and straighten the leg. If you feel nothing and it's just wafting, think and imagine you're hovering the thigh off the mat. So you immediately find a little bit of extra work. That's it. So you can do alternate legs. Maria, if you think about the knee that's bending, being slightly further behind you, so it doesn't come forward. That's it. That's it. Perfect. Good. And then Jeanette and Elaine, starting with the right leg, we're going to bend the right knee, hover the knee off the floor, extend the leg away, and place it back down. Same side, bend, hover, extend, and down. And bend and hover, extend, and down. and bend and hover, extend and down and change sides. So bend and hover, extend away and down. As you extend, think lengthening away rather than up. Bend and hover, extend and down, and bend and hover, extend and down. Final time, bend and hover, extend and down. Wonderful. Roll over onto the side you've not worked, or scoot round, whichever you wish to do. Find that nice side position. So thinking underneath waist, drawing up, lengthening away through the top of the body. And then when you're ready and comfortable, breathing out, lifting and hovering both ends, and gently placing yourself down on the in-breath. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And again, thinking the inner thigh of the underneath leg is starting to do some work for you. And like the other side, if you feel any tension in the neck, look at the mat. Any tension in the lower back, bring the legs forward. If you want a hand in front for balance, that's perfectly fine. And we've got 3 more. That's it. Breathing out, lifting. Good. That's looking really nice. I'm not seeing any bananaing. I'm not seeing any legs or rolling at all. And then lift the top leg to hip height. Keep it there and squeeze the underneath leg up and down. Breathing out to squeeze it up. Breathing in to allow it to rest. That's it. Fabulous. Keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed, keeping the underneath waist, drawing up away from the mat. Good work. Lovely, lovely. 2 more. Final one. And then move on to développé. So little Charlie Chaplin feet. And where just draw the foot into the knee, foot down, knee into the body, extend away, flex and down. That's it. Knee in, extend, flex and squeeze. Oh. So Jane Fonda. Wonderful movement for the whole leg. Any crampy, be kind to yourself, walk it off. Again, 2 more. Put down, knee in. That's it. Oh God, you're all so good at this. Final time. Knee in, extend, flex, and squeeze it down. Lovely. Side plank and pike. So either sit on your forearms or crossing the top leg over the underneath leg, hands away, thinking about the underneath waist, drawing you up, whatever one you're doing. Don't press, sink into the shoulder. Keep strong under here. That's it. Good, and down. We'll start just with the side plank and then add the twist in just to get feeling right. That's it. Lovely, Elaine. Good, Maria. Very nice, Jeanette. Good, good, good. 1 more of these coming up. Lift the arm up if you're happy. And down. Couple of twists. So coming up, sending your bum behind you and up. And then rotating in whichever version you're doing. Keep it slow and precise to avoid hurting yourself. And thinking underneath waist, underneath armpit, to to make sure you're not putting pressure through the shoulder joint. If you're twisting, bum away and up. Unpeeling and down. Lovely. Brilliant, well done. Give those wrists a little bit of a shake because they'll have worked whatever version you're doing. Roll the shoulders. And then we'll finish with our little flow routine that I've completely nicked from a teacher I follow. I quite liked it. So this is where we're going to get up and down from the mat quite a bit. We're going to build up. So you want to come to kneeling, sitting on your heels. So it's a bit of stretch as well as work. All we're going to do is squeeze the bum to come to kneeling upright and sit back down again. So 3 more of these. 3 and down. And 2, and focus the lift coming from that bum squeeze. And 1. We're going to add on a lunge to this. So as we squeeze and lift, we're going to take one leg forward and stretch out the back leg. That's it. And then take the leg back and sit down again. Other side. Squeeze to lift. Bring the other leg forward. So you've got a bit of balance as you have to change sides. 1 more set of these. Squeeze up. Reach forward and back and down and up and forward. Good. Back and down. This time we're going to squeeze up, take the lunge forward and stand and down. Yes. And back again. So no hands. Squeezing up, forwards and stand. Coming back down. Same thing. Squeeze up, forward and stand and down. So we can speed it up as we get the pattern of movement into our bodies. That's it, lovely, good. Then our final challenge. Well done. Squeeze, forward, stand, and a nice balance, which we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. And back down, kneeling one knee, kneeling the other knee, sit down, changing sides, squeeze the bum, step forward, stand and balance. Oh, dodgy side. And we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot down, kneeling. Whoa, good. That's something to wake us up for the day, isn't it? Righty ho. Let's just finish with a nice cat as time is running away with us. So find that lovely kneeling position. Shoulders away from the ears, nice flat back, tummy drawing into the body. Keep drawing it in until you have to tuck your tailbone under. Work up through the spine, arching, arching, arching until the head falls between the arms. Have a double check where your feet are. Mine were all twisted, I've just unpeeled. And when you finish your breath in, breathe out, unpeel from the tailbone. Softening through the back until the head, crown of the head reaches away. And do one more of those. Breathing out, tucking the tailbone in, working up through the spine, piece by piece by piece, allowing the head to be heavy at the end. Lovely. Breathing out, unpeeling from the tailbone. Softening through the back. finding that length. Lovely. And one from the middle, so drawing up through the tummy, arching the back, so your tailbone tucks in and your head drops at the same time. And then imagine someone just softly pressing your back into its nice flat neutral position. Final time, drawing up through the tummy, head and tailbone, dropping as you breathe in to hold, breathing out. Nice flat back position. And then you can sit back on your heels, smug that you've done another class. Well done.